These rebels are changing the way we work. Get the power to transform the way you work without having to change your workflow. Now all the insights you need are only one click away with Lexis for Microsoft Office.
WTF and F-word manifesto, 4 F-words to revolutionize your life and your law practice. Kevin Houchin. Kevin.
I'm a serious believer that questions are very, very, very much more powerful than answers. So the question, and I get a little bit of an advantage here because Ron put together kind of the first 6 minutes of my presentation, and now I get to live on that. But the question, the most powerful question that you get to answer today, or to work on and think about today, is what would it take to change your relationship with time? The F-word manifesto is about 4 words: fear, fail, flat, and free. We all have these 2 fears that lead to the fear of failure. Now, Twitter completes 64 million successful transactions a day, but we know about the F word, the fail whale. The fears that go into that are the fear that we're not good enough, or the fear that when we are good enough, somebody's going to think that we're arrogant, and we'll be a loser. Now, how many of you have ever felt like a loser? Do this. If you've been, everybody been? I've been a loser. I was a loser a couple of years ago. I was such a loser that I'd been struggling with all this time and energy in this hourly billing thing for so long that I was so broke, I couldn't even afford hair. That was a joke. I couldn't even afford hair. So I had to hit a reset button. I had to file a personal bankruptcy. This hourly billing thing wasn't working for me. My ego had gotten so far out in front of my wallet that I couldn't do it anymore. I had to hit reset. Filed a personal bankruptcy, lost the house, lost the minivan. Luckily, my wife stayed with me and the kids and everything. And I was sitting and talking on the phone with a very dear friend who happens to be sitting in the front row here. And she said, you know what, you should try a flat fee model. Try coming up with something that isn't hourly based. And so I spent a lot of time thinking about what that would look like and what I wanted to come out of that, and committed to doing it. And one of the things that I wanted to come out of setting up a flat fee model for my clients was that I didn't want to have to take timesheets anymore. And I didn't want to have to leak time, because one of my rules was that if it took me longer to bill for it than it took me to do it, I didn't bill for it. How many people have ever been in that situation? All right, hands going up. So I was leaking all this time, and I didn't want to have to take timesheets, and I didn't want clients looking at their watch. I wanted client loyalty. I wanted to have relationships with those clients because I'm in transactional small business stuff. I get to work with great creative entrepreneurs, and I love those people. I don't want them having to pay to talk to me every time they pick up the phone. So what I came up with, and this works for me, now alternative billing models, there's an infinite number of alternatives. Mine is I took my average annual billing per client for the year, multiplied it by a factor of 1.5 or 2, divided it by 12, and came up with a flat monthly fee, and they paid me that. Now, one of the fears that lawyers have in this is that they'll get inundated with busy work, that the clients are going to pick up the phone and say, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Well, it doesn't happen because you know what? You are not that important. And your clients have better things to do than sit around thinking about doing busy work with you. The other fear is that you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. Didn't happen. I closed more client business with that flat fee model, and remember, I increased my average annual billing per client by doing that. It also went to an auto bill on a credit card situation. So I'm not keeping track of my time. The clients aren't keeping track of their time. We have one conversation a year about money. One. And then the rest of the year, I don't have to send them an invoice. They don't have to send me a check. The money just drops into my account, and they're happy with it. We don't look at how great would it be for you to change your relationship with time. The next thing that you have to do first is you have to start setting client expectations. Now, I think I met this girl in college, and I heard the word no a lot, but we have a hard time saying that. You have to set the expectations, and you have to set up the systems that allow you to only take the work that you want to do. And when you're setting up a year-long relationship with somebody, if somebody just wants to pay you to be a head on a stick and to count hours for them, say no. Your clients will love it. My clients have been referring me at 3 times the rate that they did before I set up a flat fee billing system. And they are not referring me because of the billing system, they're referring me because of the relationship. I also get a much stronger work-life balance going on in my life. I get to spend more time with my kids. I get to take time off and not worry about the lost billable time because the money is still going to come. The flat fee that they get charged per month is still going to drop into my account. What's it going to take to change your relationship with time? And then how are you going to share that relationship and share your expertise and your passion with the world? How are you going to attract, through your beauty, the perfect clients that you want? That's a key question, and that's one of the things that we set up the Space Between Center for Creative Spirit in Business to do, is to help you figure out the fear, the fail, the flat, and the free. And speaking of free, what I'd like to do is if you go to fwordmanifesto.com, you're going to get a few free things. One is you're going to get an actual sample of my client engagement agreement that sets out this flat fee agreement. 2, you're going to get a copy of my fee matrix that I put together for the different types of clients and the different monthly levels that they can engage me on. And number 3, you're going to get a chance to set up a call with me for 20 minutes, no issues in it, to ask anything, and I'm happy to share. Thank you.